Hi, Alice Wheaton here, and thank you for joining me again. We're going to talk about a subject today that I've had some difficulty with over the years. And the reason is that when I attend networking sessions, I leave usually frustrated because I've been taken hostage by 2 or 3 people who do a data dump on me. They tell me all about themselves and go on and on and on and on, even if they can't even afford monthly parking. And so I have 2 don'ts or to-dos to do. That's a mouthful. So, you know the saying that you have 10 seconds to make a great first impression? Well, that's not necessarily true. When you meet people, they don't remember your name usually because they're so busy thinking about themselves. You see, when you meet someone, the first 10 seconds is important because it helps them feel wonderful about themselves. Most people, when we meet them, they're not thinking about you or me. They're thinking about themselves. And so I know that going into networking situations, I know that almost everyone I meet are going to want to talk about themselves because that's why they're there. And so I have a few tricks. One is that I never ever bring business cards. You think, that sounds like an oxymoron, going to a networking session without a business card. Well, no, it's not. What I do is say, I don't have my business card with me. And yes, I get ribbed a little bit about that, but so what? I say, but give me your card and I'll be sure to make a connection tomorrow. And I do. Because how many business cards do you hand out and you never get a call back and never get a connection? Almost always, that's what happens in networking situations. So, first one is do not take your business card with you. Another one, of course, is that in 10 seconds, ignore that because most people are thinking about themselves. But here's how you can use the networking situation to your own advantage. You can ask questions. And typically, you only need to ask one primary question. And when I say primary, it's because that is the trunk of a tree, let's say, and that is the primary question. And so the client then, or someone you meet, and of course this is applicable to your clients, the person you meet at networking is going to answer that question. And then you take the seed, then you let their answer be the seed of your next question. Then they're going to give you another answer. And then that becomes the seed of question number 3. And they're going to give you an answer, and that becomes question number 4, and then you're circling back. So here's my rule. If that person has gone on and on and on and on and on with abandon and there's no end in sight, you need to bring the conversation to a halt and simply say, do a summary of this conversation and say, what I heard you say is this, this, and this. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Bye for now. Because if not, you're going to be a complete hostage to whoever you meet at the networking session. There is no rule. There is no agenda that you have to be at the center of some narcissistic person's world. And that's what happens with too many networking sessions. What I would do instead is have 4 or 5 questions that you're willing to ask, and that you ask those 4 or 5 questions to several people. And then you can discern if there seems to be a match or not. That sounds a little bit avaricious, but the idea of networking sessions is to meet someone with whom you can do business together. One question that you might ask is, tell me why you come to these networking sessions. Another one is, tell me all about your business. One that I do when I really want to get to know someone is say, tell me all about yourself and leave nothing out. And I reserve that one for someone who seems to be really, really interesting. And so in summary, 10 seconds, don't worry about it. The reason is everyone's thinking about themselves. Number 2, always have a list of good questions, and you can always come up with more questions by taking the answer that they gave you and seeding your next question. I want to thank you for being here, and my best wishes for fantastic networking, and hope you meet someone that becomes a great business partner or a great client in your next meeting. Bye for now, and until next time, happy selling.